I think when the decision was made to start a new political party, it wasn't one of euphoria. I think everybody knew that this would not be an easy thing, that this was only a beginning for a long journey. But people had an air of determination and of hope for the first time.
It is not beyond the realm of possibility that the West could send a bloc of up to 40 MPs to Ottawa, united behind such an agenda. And in a divided minority parliament, we feel that we could swing that hammer with great effect.
Reform Party computer has announced that Deborah Gray is the winner of this by-election.
People were just astounded across the country. I was myself. I didn't know that we were going to win, but it was just truly a fabulous moment where you knew something bigger than you was happening, and it was like you just had to hang on for dear life because it was so big. Unfortunately, that triangle has become inverted, and we believe very strongly in direct representation by the people. What we have seen is that triangle upside down, with government sending their representatives back to their home constituencies with Ottawa's words for them. Boy, I felt for the first time in my life what it's really like to be alone. I just couldn't believe it. So I knew then, boy, what a caucus of one really meant. It was very difficult, but of course, Stan Waters came the next year, so that was just great. I just appreciated him so much. And we just had a real good personal friendship. And of course, because of his military background and presence, he was marvelous, because he'd say, "Hey, Deb, if these guys bug you too much, you just give me a call."
The Reform Party is first and foremost a populist party. It derives its strength and its resources from grassroots Canadians. It's not top down, and it's extremely important that we remember that, and that all our processes and our events provide opportunities and draw upon the strength of that political grassroots.
Thank you for demonstrating that it is possible for ordinary Canadians, many of whom have never been involved in federal or provincial politics before, to build a new democratic federal political party from the bottom up. Thank you very much. We are met here tonight on the eve of a national constitutional referendum in which all Canadians, including reformers, must make a decision affecting the future. It is the position of the Reform Party that Canadians must say no to defective constitutional arrangements before we can say yes to a better federalism and a better government.
People said, "N-O, we are not going to do this. You are not going to push us around any longer." And that probably signified a real change, I think, in the whole Canadian psyche, that people said, hey, we have a chance to really influence decisions and make a difference. And so when they said no loudly and clearly, I was able to come back to Parliament Hill and be the one little MP who voted no.
I'd now like you to welcome the men and women who will be representing you in the next federal election.
We have to change the political system so the people are heard all of the time, so MPs can vote for their constituents instead of towing the party line, and so Canadians can fire MPs who aren't doing their job. Reform. Now you have a choice.
Once the election was called, I was absolutely amazed at the number of people who walked into our riding office, our campaign office, and volunteered to do whatever. They believed in reform. There were people that had never been involved in the political arena before, but they did want to get involved this time because they believed very strongly in what we were representing, what we stood for, or they wanted to do more than just vote.
In the next 30 days, what I hope to see is a great coming together. A great coming together in every town and city and rural community of small R reformers and big R reformers, of a great coming together of a grassroots army, all eyes fixed on the ballot box, and united in a fierce determination to win a great victory for regional fairness, fiscal responsibility, and direct democracy on October 25th.
We asked our people to look for trustworthy, reform-oriented, able, and electable people, and that's what we've got.
If we continue to increase our spending, we soon will have nothing left to pay for these programs.
The people in our riding have felt the alienation that that people in other thinly populated areas of Canada have. They felt that they're simply not being represented in Ottawa.
I look upon the Reform Party position on Medicare as being one of the guardians of Medicare.
The first leader to give an opening statement will be Preston Manning, the leader of the Reform Party. Mr. Manning.
Well, thank you, Ann, and thanks to you for joining us for this leaders' debate tonight. These debates are the first time that the leaders of the traditional parties have been confronted on a national stage by political newcomers. And the reason for that is that many Canadians are not happy with what the old parties are offering and are willing to look for fresh alternatives. What Reform wants to do tonight is to attack the real problems of concern to you and to get to root causes with common sense solutions.
I have a plan to preserve our social programs. Tonight, I look forward to talking to you about that plan. Now, I've stated very clearly that I'm fundamentally committed to preserving quality social programs in this country, to preserving our healthcare system. But, the issues are much too complex to try and generate some kind of blueprint in the 47 days it's available in an election campaign.
If you had the most popular leader in the country, the most popular policies in the country, campaigning would be a lot easier.
UP leader Audrey McLaughlin did not campaign today.
Reach your target. Don't ask me to make the budget in 3 years from now.
Gallup puts Reform in second place with 19% support. The Tories in third at 16%.
Let the people say what the priorities of the next Parliament of Canada should be. In other words, let the people of Canada speak first for a change. Safely say that tonight the political landscape of Canada has been significantly altered and a different political era has begun in our country.